Good afternoon, everybody. Zach here with Rush Peterbilt in Denver. Wanted to bring you guys another video. We got a nice 2019 Peterbilt 367 SUPER-10 here. I'm gonna do a quick walk around for you guys, explain the details, ins and outs of this truck. And sorry if I'm a little winded, but there's definitely a lot to talk about on this truck. So if you'll bear with me and through all the details, I'm going to try to give you guys a good detailed walk around of this thing. So I'll start with the basics. This thing is, like I said, Peterbilt 367. And first off, the difference between the 367 and the 567, if you guys will look at some of my previous videos, I've done similar dump trucks, just a 10-wheeler, but of the 567. And you'll notice the first thing is kind of the hood, the cab, and the air cleaners. So the cab on the 367 is still the old school cab, so it's the same cab that's used on like the 389 and the 337, the medium duty model. So the cab's going to be smaller, more compact, and old school. Then you have the external air cleaners rather than the hood scoops on the 567. On the hood you have the external air cleaners, kind of giving it that old school look. So something to notice right off the bat. And then the hood is going to be kind of more square and boxed, kind of giving you that 389, 379 look, but kind of more of a vocational hood look there. So just right off the bat, the differences of the 367 and the 567. So this thing's a 249-inch wheelbase. Is actually brought in to us. We actually ordered this truck as a cab and chassis. So it was just the cab and then the frame, and we actually had a customer that ordered two of them. We sold one of them, and then the other one was canceled, so we had it here. So we thought we'd turn it into a SUPER-10. We don't have a lot of these in Colorado, and hopefully we can kind of start a trend and you guys can see the value of these trucks with that extra pusher axle. So anyway, just a little bit of the history. 249-inch wheelbase. Under the hood we have a Cummins X15 engine, Performance Series. I don't usually pull the hood, but I want to today to kind of show you guys. So we have a Cummins X15 Efficiency Series here. Kind of show you guys the tag up top there. 500 horse, 1650 torque. Kind of a little dirty, it just came from Sterling, Colorado. But there's kind of a snapshot of the engine. If you guys want any questions, or if you have any questions or you want some specs on this thing, I'd be happy to email them to you, or you can give me a call and I can let you know there. Put this up, go around. Here's the passenger side with the turbo and air cleaners and everything up there. So just wanted to kind of give you guys a snapshot of the engine so you believe me on all the specs that I'm giving to you. It's got 24/5 tires all the way around, even on the pusher. Got nice Alcoa wheels. Got the small short stack up here. Doesn't interfere with the dump body at all. Pushes all the exhaust away on the side of the road, so those are always nice. Like I said, external air cleaners there. Got the battery box here instead of underneath the driver's step. That's where they're putting the fuel tank, just to make it more efficient, so we have all this room for the dump body and the pusher axles. So battery box here. We have a Kissling battery disconnect here. Those can come in handy in the winter time or when it's cold, or even if you're not using the truck. Just in case there's any kind of draw, you can turn those off and not have to worry about the truck starting up again. So those are nice to have. We have the jumper ports here. Those are nice as well. You don't have to open up the hood or anything like that, so those jumper ports are nice to have. Hydraulic tank there. So we have so the front axle is 14.6 K rated. The rear is DSP 40 from our friends at Dana Spicer, 40,000 pound. And then the pusher here is 10,000 pound. So I've kind of done one of these Colt bodies before. The other ones are 16 foot. This one's actually a 17 foot, so you might not be able to tell with the naked eye. but this thing's actually a foot longer than the previous dump trucks that I've done. This thing has the pre-built air track suspension underneath it, definitely vocational suspension, and it has the suspension dump load switch, so you can dump the air on it just so you're not popping any airbags when you're dumping. But definitely a quality suspension underneath this truck. You've got all your air hookups there, your 7-way plug, your pintle hitch, all that kind of good stuff. Some guys will kind of put a plate here. They kind of want to move some things around for those pavement layers. If you want to lay pavement while you're moving, you can install some stuff here, and it gives you access. The other nice thing is all that stuff is really tucked underneath, you know, the bottom of this dump bed. So if someone runs in the back of you or anything like that, any of those pavement layers, you're not going to damage any of those controls or any of the lights or 7-way plugs or your pintle hitch, anything like that. We have your hydraulic liftgate cylinder there. That's run off that same hydraulic tank. Got your chain hooks in there, and then the clamps where your door opens and closes. So we've got a 120-gallon fuel tank over here. There it goes, 120-gallon lockable fuel cap, small depth tank. Got your foldable ladder here. It folds down if for some reason you do need to get up there, or maybe even service your tarp. So like I said, this truck was actually ordered in as a chassis, so the dump bed and the pusher axle is actually done after the fact from the factory. So it's by New Way, SAF Holland, as you can see. So the pusher axle was actually controlled up and down by this little box here instead of inside the cab how it usually would. And this dump body is actually Hardox 500. So let's see if I can zoom it in or focus. There it goes. So it's Hardox 500. The previous one that I've done is the Hardox 450. So that's just an upgraded, more durable and flexible bed here from our friends up in Colt and Sterling. You can kind of see the sticker there. So it's actually a Swedish company that manufactures and builds these, and then they're assembled, or I'm sorry, they're put on the trucks up in Sterling. But they come out with a new one called the Hardox 500. And if you guys have any questions or you want to see some specs on those compared to maybe the Hardox 450, I have some cool PDFs and some documents on those, just talking about the durability, the flexibility of it all, and how it lasts the test of time a little bit longer and a little bit more efficiently than the 450. Nothing against the 450, but Hardox and our friends at Cole are just always looking to improve and make your guys' lives easier and just do better work for us. So let me know if you guys want any information on the bed or the specs or anything like that. Take you guys inside real quick. So pretty basic gauge setup here, like the previous ones that I've done. See, it has 256 miles on it, so that's just pretty much from here to Sterling and back to get this body put on. Electric windows, electric doors, electric mirrors, and heated mirrors. Light setup there. Here's some gauges that we have here: turbo and trans and suspension load. A lot of guys like to use this suspension load to actually be able to tell if they're overweight or not. So good gauges to have there. PTO control there for your body. Like I was referring to earlier, the suspension dump load there. Got full lockers on it. There's a switch there for a beacon light if you want a beacon light, or maybe a load light there. Typical radio, climate control. There it goes. Engine brake control here. If you guys have watched my previous videos, you know that this kind of controls the dash screen up there. Cruise control, engine brake, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, it has an 18-speed Eaton transmission in it. So a lot of guys actually like the 18 speeds on dump trucks to be able to really have those lower gears if you're climbing or if you're on a job site. anything of that nature, or even just climbing the mountains. Those things are nice to have. A lot of guys are putting automatics, but this one has the old school 18 speed. Here's kind of the setup for the dump body. So this is up and down, and then the tailgate here, the claws, the clamps, open those up, and then the lift gate is run. So it's hydraulic over air switches to open and close both of those. Then we have the pro-built interior here. So pretty basic setup, but all you pretty much need for the job that we're doing here. We have a CB radio hookup there if need be. Lights and everything around, and passenger seat. Non-air ride. So that's kind of the interior. I'll take you back out here and kind of explain the efficiencies of this truck. So the GVW of this truck is going to be 58,000 pounds, and then the weight of the truck is going to be around 22,000. I know the chassis weighs about 16,000 pounds, and the bodies can weigh anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 pounds. So you can kind of do some simple math there. So obviously the way you calculate payload is the GVW minus the weight of the truck. So it's going to be around, so 58 minus 22 is going to be, you know, around 36,000 pounds, which will give you 18 tons payload. And if you guys are familiar, if you're running, you know, 10-wheelers, you know that you can get around 15 tons of payload, whether that's asphalt or dirt, whatever it may be. So that's one of the reasons that this thing adds a lot of value, is you only have an extra foot of length on the truck, on the straight truck, so you're still liable, all the bridge laws and everything like that. But with that extra 10K pusher axle underneath the body there, you get an extra 3 tons of payload. So this truck's going to cost probably a little bit more than like your regular 10-wheeler, but you're going to be able to make less trips and get the job done quicker. And if you're making less trips, you're not using the money on fuel or time, so you're ultimately going to make more money in the long run. So these trucks are efficient in so many ways, and there's so many configurations of them. You have the SUPER-10, the super dumps, transfer dumps, all kinds of different ways to, you know, Super 16, simple 16s. You kind of see them around town here, and definitely in California areas like that. So hopefully this market's kind of getting closer to these Super 10s. I know that they're definitely efficient and they can save people a lot of money, but sometimes people just don't know about them yet. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do, is just educate you guys on the history and also the efficiencies and the specs of these vehicles to just better your business, make you guys more money, and in turn cost you guys less money. So anyway, I know that was kind of long. Thank you guys for sticking with me. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or specs, please feel free to call me, email me, leave a comment, anything like that. I'm more than happy to help. I'm here to help you guys better your business, like I said, and just make it more efficient and make you guys more money. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and look forward to seeing you guys next time. Take care.